Coach, just your evaluation of the nickel position so far.
It's going to be a competition prior to day one when we walk out there and go play a game. But no, it's been real good, healthy competition between those three guys that's really been battling it out with Jackson Latimua, Kapena, and Chris Jackson. It's been a healthy competition, though, because a lot of them are newer to the position. They've been doing a great job of helping each other, pushing each other, and getting better for the team. So I'm excited about those guys. They're making me feel like we got depth. They're making me feel like we got guys that we can go win games with.
Does each guy maybe have one thing kind of going for them over the other right now?
Yeah, they all kind of bring some different ones, right? And one nickel they're a little bit better at man cover. Got one more nickel that's a little bit more physical, and there's one nickel who knows the package a little bit better. So again, they all provide some different things, and that's why, like I said, I think the beauty about it is depth. I mean, if you look at the past couple of years, Marsh played like 95% of the snaps, and I think that's really what this competition has brought some depth and guys that we can go out there and play with.
Which of the guys that you just mentioned kind of apply to each of those superlatives?
Obviously Kapena comes from being a corner, so his strong point is man coverage, and Chris was also a corner last year, but he's a bigger physical body, a guy body who can hold up there in 12 personnel and heavier sets, and Latimua, he's been there for a couple years, so again he kind of provides that mix of both. He's real athletic that he can cover, but he also has some weight on him that he can go live in the box too as well.
And just real quick about the safeties, I mean, I think pretty fair to say Jaden and Sam fairly secure in the strong and free spots. But when you kind of look at the backups, you've had Bryson there, Tony, Tanner, Reese. What have you seen from those four guys, and where do you kind of think maybe those battles are at for the number two spots?
The biggest thing is growth, right? Some of those guys, like when you look at some of those younger guys who haven't had reps at all, they've been on scout teams. So it's been growth, and just watching them kind of come into their own and how the system fits them and their skills that they provide. And when you look at like Reese Sylvester, he's had a bunch of reps, but he also was in that meeting room all last year as a freshman. So, his growth has been really good. So that's the biggest thing I've been, asking for them. I'm not asking them to, to perfect the system, right? And over a spring, but really just growth and a good understanding of our main base calls. And I think they're taking steps forward in that.
Who among maybe those backup safeties that Jamie just mentioned do you think is, I don't know if you want to say in the lead, but maybe made the most growth or most progress over this last month?
Yeah, Moku's he's a veteran, right? So, I feel extremely confident in Moku backing up Hicks. I mean, he's done backed up Hicks before when you look at some games last year, right? And he's been he's had some snaps, so he's been in the fire. So, guys, when those lights turn on, get a little bit different, and Moku's been there. So, he came back and didn't really miss any steps. And like I said, I mentioned Sylvester because he's just been in there. He has a little bit better grasp of the system than some of those younger guys because it's not his first time hearing it. So those two are really pushing those guys to be the backups and those guys. But Bryce has been getting better every day and he's not going away quietly. So like I said, feeling good about the growth of those young guys.
Just what kind of stability have Jaden and Sam given you as returning starters, and are there maybe some areas you challenge them to improve in, and how have you seen them kind of grow?
Yep, that's how we came into this spring, right? We know they've shown that we can win a lot of ball games with those two. I really challenge those guys really just to be able to, like Hicks, for instance, not to make plays because you're athletic, make plays because your football IQ has seen something that you didn't see on film. So just picking up those little things to advance what he already can do. And Sam, I've just really been challenging him more and more to be a quarterback out there. He's kind of quiet by nature, but he's really done took it in and accepted the challenge. And I hear him daily, and that's what I'm looking for from those guys back there as I challenge them throughout this spring.